Number 3. Silent facial signs. She secretly likes you. Female psychology. Have you ever looked across a room and wondered if a woman was secretly hoping you would walk over and start a conversation? Most men spend far too much time searching for obvious signs of attraction. They wait for direct compliments, bold flirting, or unmistakable invitations. But that's rarely how attraction begins. For many women, feelings develop quietly. Before she ever says she likes you, before she sends the first text or finds the courage to express her emotions, her face often reveals what her words are still trying to hide. The fascinating part is that these expressions are usually unconscious. They aren't carefully planned or rehearsed. They're natural emotional responses that appear when someone genuinely enjoys your presence. Today, we're going to explore 3 powerful facial signs that may reveal she's secretly attracted to you. By the end of this conversation, you'll understand why the smallest expressions often communicate the biggest emotions. Let's begin with the first, and perhaps the most meaningful sign of all. Sign 1. Her eyes become soft around you. When a woman feels comfortable and emotionally connected to someone, her eyes often change before anything else does. Most people move through daily life in a constant state of awareness. They're thinking about work, responsibilities, social situations, and everything happening around them. Because of that, their expressions often appear focused or guarded. But something interesting happens when genuine attraction enters the picture. Her nervous system begins to relax. Instead of scanning the room or worrying about everything around her, her attention settles naturally on you. Her eye contact feels warmer, less guarded, more peaceful. She isn't simply looking at you, she's fully present with you. This doesn't mean she stares without blinking or maintains eye contact the entire conversation. Instead, there's a softness that's difficult to describe until you've experienced it. It's the kind of look that makes you feel comfortable rather than evaluated. That warmth is often one of the earliest signs that she feels emotionally safe around you. And emotional safety is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. If she were uncomfortable, the opposite would usually happen. Her body would become tense, her gaze would quickly move elsewhere, and she'd create emotional distance instead of connection. That's why genuine eye contact tells such an honest story. Our words can be carefully chosen, our expressions can be managed, but our eyes often reveal feelings we haven't admitted to ourselves yet. Sign 2. Her entire face lights up. Real attraction doesn't stop with the eyes. It spreads across the entire face. Have you ever noticed someone whose whole expression changes the moment they see a person they genuinely enjoy? Their smile becomes effortless, their cheeks lift naturally, their eyes brighten, their eyebrows raise with excitement. Everything suddenly feels more alive. That's because genuine happiness activates dozens of tiny facial muscles that are almost impossible to fake consistently. A polite smile only involves the mouth. A real smile transforms the entire face. You may notice she laughs more easily around you. She reacts more enthusiastically to your stories. She nods while you're speaking, because she's fully engaged instead of simply waiting for her turn to talk. These reactions happen because, in that moment, your presence becomes the most interesting thing in her environment. When someone is emotionally invested, their face stops performing and starts responding naturally. That kind of expression is difficult to manufacture. It's honest, it's spontaneous, and it's often one of the clearest indicators that someone genuinely enjoys being around you. Sign 3. She keeps looking at you when she thinks you aren't watching. Perhaps the most revealing sign happens before you've even exchanged a single word. You're across the room. Maybe it's a cafe, a bookstore, a social gathering. You happen to glance in her direction. She quickly looks away. A few minutes later, it happens again. Then again. This repeated attention is rarely random. Human attention naturally returns to whatever occupies our thoughts. If she keeps finding reasons to look your way, there's a good chance she's curious about you. More importantly, she's often hoping you'll notice her too. Here's the difference many men miss. Someone who isn't interested usually looks away once and continues with whatever they were doing. Someone who feels attracted often can't help checking again. She may pretend she was looking elsewhere. She may quickly focus on her phone or another conversation. But before long, her eyes quietly return. She's checking to see if you're still there. She's wondering whether you've noticed her. And sometimes, she's hoping you'll be the one to make the first move. Of course, it's important to remember that no single behavior proves attraction on its own. Someone might smile because they're naturally friendly. They may make eye contact because they're simply being polite. That's why patterns matter far more than isolated moments. When warm eye contact, genuine smiles, and repeated glances begin appearing together, the picture becomes much clearer. Final thoughts. The biggest mistake many men make is searching for dramatic signs while overlooking the quiet ones. Real attraction usually begins softly. It grows through comfort, through curiosity, through attention, and through countless small moments that feel almost invisible until you know what you're looking for. The next time you meet someone new, don't focus on finding the perfect opening line. Instead, pay attention. Notice her eyes. Notice whether her smile reaches them. Notice whether her attention keeps returning to you. Those silent signals often tell a much more honest story than words ever could. If you recognize these signs, approach with confidence, kindness, and respect. Attraction should never be assumed from one gesture alone. But when several genuine signals appear together, they may simply be her quiet way of hoping you'll say hello.